Dawson.
I go do matter man.
I think they needed acknowledgement.
And for the fans I know the about.
And let's say for instance, I want to believe in the tactical works of Okanse Mengo and Coach Ogum. I bet they do a year because I know I'm so too. Nations FC is one of the teams that yesterday I was watching most of their videos. You're very solid when it comes to getting videos of their matches. What I say? Getting videos of their matches. And you can see how they play. Some of their videos be 25 minutes long. So if you sit down and even go to their YouTube page, how they are scoring their goals, as a manager. How defense, boy, how do I call Moswa or Metimia clear as a manager based on their video? You can see it. Into Mikra me century near me at Tanase. I have bear 8 matches. Now almost 8 matches of Nations FC. It means how they play there. Then technically you should be looking at that. Now the idea cannot for the other people. And I be discussing the technical and tactical aspect. I know home common. You be dinner. Soon 7 days to you be jam or more macan.
But what are you so what?
Oh, Mr. Farmason. Make us a farmason, man. A farmason.
Bisano. Bisano.
I don't be catching them.
Oh, how be Bisano? But what should I and who's
it makes
the more I hope because
I make my deal too.
How for finish our agenda to talk about it.
But now it's so
confused. You are spiritual. When you're strong and I'm the
Obia on the reasons or the baba.
It's almost catch and say nations match. Can step aside. No more match in your name. Say if indeed, say no muhuno. Say Sanetia.
I'm a kind.
Almost say Kotoko team the bimbo pie matino.
No, but so stance.
I'm so the comment na bench. No people from ta bench.
But also, I don't say these days, no. Me Obia, I've been critical on Ogum with his work on the field. Sometimes I go fast spiritual at the end, but it makes it sound so far as it. But I said my matter that I am in
paper. Me and I'm saying
you man be deal.
Me I want to focus on
why I'm struggling to agree and accept certain things that I'm talking about Sunsum last week now. Is it last week or last 2 weeks? And I'm for one of them called Nanakwa Medankwa. Me born in because this I know for a fact that this is what happened. So they wanted to use a DTT assembly to and I'm using in there against the coach. Okay, Taman Onya yebi is it never father and mommy? Never pa. How can I say Omukwe ye? Nanokwa was the one.
But you shouldn't have mentioned the name. Only had to react to it.
No, on your no. Also, no that and on the negative no. The my friend na be negative to them. Aha. Say unse now come led the delegation to that area no. And you say Ogum. That time na ono Kotoko first issue no buy na ponsam issue no buy first one na Orizani na say Pamlos Orizani ya no. Then it is a point say you some
what na ha no. I can say apam. I feel they also say
I'm making then it is what I say he use or you use some unprintable words. So you use some unprintable words that we ain't mean can was say against the team when now Kwame Uncle went there. Just last week, yeah. So I'm going for ya. Today they are saying sir coach some of them called Nana Kwame say they want him to come out and come and bring that issue out. Say, Coach Nika ABCD Nitia Kotoko, and then I refuse. Say, I don't want him in here because
for any personal agenda.
He doesn't think say, Only why I was a. I said, "Come on, you capture the air." And how would someone just get up and call Nana Kwame say? Muko yende see and a person called about mountain now. Near Yedinya, some the Katia coach.
You bet me who pako.
I like in Fonfoyabia or Bimo Presence Yabia. Why? And the mammy among some that Lusun Inara. And I mean, I'm they are fighting I said
okay in this ano
Yeah, so to
Sano,
modern
maybe-
park and so simple.
So when you now contribute to modern when you are not allowed to think and do your work as it should. On say there's one thing about issues of religion, spiritual, and go for conviction.
Yeah.
If Papa we on the catch him say, "My baby, you know, no kind of be more."
The other can be a minty.
China or catch him say, "Coach, we nyadia." Ubi no which my convincement. It may be difficult for you to work, but I'm saying say, Coach, no so is it not possible for him to say it looks like he's working in an environment, the kind of support that coaches need. I don't think meaning what is going through his mind.
No.
Because I came in contact with him about few time nana results in a year and all those things. And this was a hearty Coach Ogum. But for some time now, it seems why slow kakra. He's not a happy person. Doesn't that affect the team? So do say you na e bi adwuma no na omo hwe na omo mane nya bi ana obi omo mane nko ne ba bi e. And now no so conversely.
Yeah, you can just say
let me leave you to do your work because it doesn't help the club, it doesn't help him, it doesn't help anybody.
The environment is not good.
Yes,
for
because
him.
I say ombeja nation ngwa kobo wadi o.
Omgwakobo
Football so nko eja ase kobo udi mo.
Omgwakobo it started with Samates. That thing started with Samates. Omgwakobo Samates no. Yenya leadership bia omudi nkomo. Say onkomo enhwe. And okọ ere nyame no wini ye. Then after that, ombo alliance. Consistently nzoto the leadership no. Say I say ebimu I some are even working against the team that they think say they love no. Say
they say omo person okọ dia. Say omo am wan kontema. Obe cancerous. Obe trim na udidi konti so omo yi untema. No ma corrective problem. I think that but one of them should say it's enough.
No, don't say what's the deal? These conversations eba pa. Mekai Kotoko Bob Basake Holy Stars we ana me to minya story na be say operations team no so omo de omo feed egu form nti mpanifoeben Kotoko team no entiamu ntentem ansa na akofa asamaba
Samran dey into omo feed egu form.
So to na US trip ne count. So I've talked about the US trip ne mun sensem.
So man ko bi na say
there's more to it. But so to ya san komo no. Eya na any scientific evidence. Eya akoye to say I no ho some style be. So me what I decided to do is that now I just wanted to bring the news out to say operations team and say omo said.
Yes, Harry is right. They want him to be in the sun for 3 matches. If I were Ogum, I'll go direct to Skin and tell thank you and go away. Go my because he will never succeed. As long as we the supporters and the club suffer. But you see, I am man for say Ogum, you cannot go to a tomb for Mumfair not so yes or yes stubborn. You don't go there and say send an aminibium. I don't think anybody has tried that and nobody can try that.
Easier said than done.
You cannot go to for the Juma sir. Now I can catch and say,
yeah. And I think say Ogum common. Ogum common me to say yenhwe ne modern ball park and so. And the tactical deficiencies in the system no. Go to your spiritual now. In common be 19 because spiritual you more still omugusu ye
Black Stars
and you more omugusu nya ntino matches now we lose to Legon cities. What were the tactical issues a map akwesi Fabian it me defeat then we look at Heart of Lions, then we look at Bechim. So in the next game against Nations see a similar partner and that's why we do normally me ba I like to address his statistics, his systems, his interviews, and in some way waka This promises than the spiritual. Because spiritual one there. The obey me can say be a matis operations for omni go form. In timpeniphone omni kasa. That's as far as you can go. But to explain the defeats in the spiritual sense there. Eya na ebu etisu ebi ensisu because ye nyina kai eye Kotoko Oli game no. Kotoko Heart of Lions game no. Where news ba bonten say Asante Kotoko. E person mo bo before new be ase. No total explanation I made by. I wanted to focus on the technical aspect because minim say Kotoko training on Saturdays. Ewo Obuase Linklin before say omobebo on Sunday. Sana sheshe they be training Obuase Saturday before they play on Sunday. So I wanted to focus on that information. Wanted to focus on that aspect. Say be a nunti no mutina so. No maka chire ni wedubiase say ni wedubiase nkobo on Monday. But so to there were around conversation say lack on the field no abebo so first una on sabeka. But so to nyina wie Kotoko ball first against Heart of Lions. Be wie na Kotoko lose. Moto what the make can say. So imagine can be better na me use the spiritual side chiri mu a. Say spiritual side na ko pepper mamba lose. That's why I focus
forget that spiritual thing.
Uh-huh.
The coach is not good on the pitch. His tactics and changes are not the best.
Uh-huh. So we look at that. We look at his system, look at his changes.
The spiritual issue in the infant but nobody can take away the toxic environment of Kotoko.
Which doesn't allow him.
Yes, the toxic atmosphere of the club today. Nobody can take away say any environment toxic
you can't work.
You can't work, you understand?
You can't work.
And you know, but me as when Ogum became a bad coach. Because this is a man whom won the league playing the best football in this country with the same team. Nobody said he was a bad coach then.
So a bad coach are coming confinement.
Yeah, you understand.
When Otumfo asked
yes.
that.
Now no me tie audio no video no when Otumfo was telling us Ghanaians how he brought Ogum back to the team. And I say ofre kwesi. And ofre penyi bi GF ni bi wa penyi bi wa Accra. And ofre ohini brenya team manager and ofre supporters akasak mpemfoi. All this big anyina no ono say they gave him overwhelming endorsements say utim need to bet ya ma wa na Dr. Prosperity Ogum. And there was 100% endorsement from key stakeholders who believe say Endo Kotoko no omo ka bi mani yie because now about ye adwuma na ma omo hu the signs of he is a good coach. And then yes
the modern monas.
Then yes
the modern mono assisa.
And honor it comes back to the toxic environment because one sound call for na omo lead here to tell the owner say team need any people could pay and bet my any yama I prosper today they are fighting with the coach today.
Well, Zach, we heard the Kotoko Congo now. We heard the Kotoko Congo now. The Ama Ogum bet unpopular no, and started this season. It started last season. Come to in Maso Kunedu and in Mariano Barreto.
Kotoko so mun commande bi.
Kotoko so dey. Okay. Says to me, that's why me can't say the technical explanation and then on say Kotoko be training every Saturday afternoon on the field. That's the technical aspect. No, so that day by my first spiritual at the end of the day. Now the issue with Ogum is that Master Kredu Barreto Ogum even said to Zerbo to some extent did not perform that bad as compared to Ogum last season. And so the disciples and how people were convinced that Ogum is the man. No? Amount for answer ejene from last season. So after say Moto amount for answer jini yempono, they still stayed with him. Okay, time Ogum koye interview said the players are political. Safu Jemfi, Chairman Benazo, Alexander Menu, Chairman K5. All these people, ejina coach nechi. It's okay. Omo baha, not okay so omo baha. Omo baha. That time I'm mini her, but I saw them here. Omo baha station amo to say the players are being political. So, overwhelming support no them coach in the last season. I'm still to a two as one players ni free hono. People felt that now nipa omo mani omo nko ye ni ye fa kese na eden afri ho. So now the factors that should let you perform no is higher than the factors that should let you maybe perform poorly. Into ye be ra season mu a one. Your style of play no, they are struggling to identify it. The results are not coming in the way about the first time I come to here. Ogum first game for Kotoko on the first coming there 3-1 away game against Dreams. This was the game. End of the picture na to some. Not tardy we understand. 3-1 was Crash Sports Stadium. The second game was share Bechem United 2-0. The third game was share Gold Stars 1. Fourth game no about share Young Apostles 2-0. So we said the goals were coming, the game was beautiful, and the results was coming. Enti enoni standard that Ogum we chama ho. Enti as a Ronaldo bet me 25 goals in the season, yes one there. But that same season, most Rashford actually 18. Near Bonabaso. It's called the curse of the standard. So the standard that Ogum chama ho your first coming was that you were scoring, the team was playing convincing football, and it was also entertaining. Enti ye omo eji omo di se omo nya de ni free ho omo na ama team na nkoso last season. People expected that Sadia na be na oba in this season. But it turns out that you have not even scored 2 goals. Your team have not scored 2 goals in a single game this season. Enti standard na we chat to ona e ma obi aka se wo bra no. Untimi nduru ho. Even when ye yi nkatemoni ni free mu. In terms of scoring. Now, in terms of your style of play and the rhythm of play, me oto o check the first 4 matches and 5 matches na Kotoko ba. Kotoko Karela. Why Kamara won the man of the match? Ye wure mu second half. He saved Kotoko. Bama for fan say away game. Then Kotoko played against Young Apostles, a newly promoted side. Me oto no ne Kotoko aba be draw. I want a questions na start by say no. You cannot play against a newly promoted side now what so. With the team I build the amount. And to also come on draw against Bichim, against Brekum Chelsea. One take complaints baby because amount for say Brekum Chelsea a big team. And expectations. Okay. What Ogum a penti so betimi any the year first no. And then amount for who say untimi nye. And almost say who say amount chance ni bebre. And that is why he's having that backlash. Right. It's up to him to go back to the field and tell the fans through his performance or through the performance of the team that indeed he's the man for the job. And that's how they are.
Ogum is not a bad coach, but he's all trances. He's responsible for all this. Any okay, but I'll say each why a Ghanaian team can win over Kotoko without. So, but you always blame coach. Why a Ghanaian team can win over Kotoko without coach? For me, I blame both, not only the coach. Okay.
No, those are them common here. Coach,
don't say.
We need to move.
Me, I think say Ogum when he was coming back, we said them are funny, and they said those who. When he was coming, so okay, our positions when the second coming, no. Yeah, Trafiasi telling them why any the best decision. Only the attention because that's our time. No, Omufi say, Omu ya adiam na yekufobi ya ntino. Ne ye kind of crash on kono munti. Today is uncle for na. No omo eye we do yoko fan men ko fan mbra no. Emom efisi omuna edokotoko no asi obi a. So to me my argument is simple. Ogum. The first season, the first time at Kotoko, you can have your any argument. Yes, when you say players do no toy, Nania on the buy. It's a fact. But Nania wasn't training them at Adokodache. We had then to someone who was training them. first 11 and number one. No, first 11 no. And as much as Nanya gave him a very good and quality players, he was training them and selecting the first 11 to play and winning the games. And then in Yamasie, and Okoye, quite a fast free team. When they were telling the young fan and Brandon said there be footway, that this time isn't the best time for you to bring Ogum back. Yeah, Kaya, Monty. And yeah, only the temple of Yasi. Now that same people think that Omum holy, Omum adult team, no, and you know what they have to say is don't make a be an enocre. As American and say, yes, Ogum might have Vincent Sembin in near be, but me know why you say, oh yeah, that I had Kotoko fan. Mona moto team nisi obia na who there stage bia you turn around because of one individual interest in team. Who the team lose a game, then you are not a good supporter. Again, some man say our good friend father, and so my say obi say Asante Kotoko ebia ne superman be on social media could have also caused one of the hatred for the coach. Where a very good listener father, and the man say our Asante Kotoko a colleague,
yeah,
ebia ni ebi, and then some can ebi, our social media could have also contributed to the hatred of the coach because in some bia or coach to social media. Who's out why? If you are a supporter, you see those things, no. Who's that?
Coach. What are some of the things we beat me? Every many pain in Nanka Omutanachi. You have to look at the other side. He had a lot of support. When you just a coach, when your support say that, a coach who was brought before the king. Now, for a pronouncement about a king, giving him enough powers.
Yeah. Absolute powers.
At that point, it looked like Tim no crowd. I said, or their man.
The technical side.
Technical side, their man. You see, Otum for Ansan Rebecca's answer, no. We need a lot of information about the coach.
Yeah.
Okay. So this coach who came won the league. May I sure say, Nana problems with now Kotoko no. Only coach your altercation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
So he courted a lot of support.
Yeah.
Now, meaning so two sides are may have dealt to Ogum Kakrebi. If I do the first encounter and the menene and share baby, I don't disobey interviewer. But baby, I mean, I've met him, I've spoken to him. Meaning, he looks so nice a person. So nice. Look at him, maybe I'm going to offer me uncle. I'm so coach, I may not say, oh, a team with Dina, so he can go to that extent. A dear pa disrespect. And as I send will supporters, including the legends who were with him,
who are no longer with
they
him.
have all deserted him. The supporters, some betting in the Inkra. And then someone no betting ya coming as with my cat to be
The pressure of being a frontliner.
But show them me back. Obiasi to the extent that I want to believe say Ebia Tete Krase wan kwa omunye bibida.
Yeah.
So what could he? Again, obetinya ka is so damning.
A very good question.
Again, some no kai. What did you obiatem? And I say, again, bonin why ye? And Yamana doom pumponsui. To the extent that it's even affecting Kotoko, and people don't care. Insofar as he doesn't go, yes, also you do 2 years ago.
Being somebody who has Kotoko Mudano, the less connection you have with the supporters or fewer supporters, the better. No creno no pa. So ye be a Kotoko mua, our Kotoko Juma. So when you nipa ketua bi na oni omo deal ye chance oni nipa bebre ni deal. Because when nipa bebre deal abeti obi na. The Abua Ogum first coming was the management. The last time I management na ejina ne oma bebra no.
But there's some management so no nsem no ne ma. Go fa na ba biem.
On say people management access to Ogum bebre when they first come in. No.
Yet they brought him back.
And because they didn't get access to him that much, no, it was the image the management ni painting no and the tongue of trip, which at that time the management had a strategy to protect him and push the brand Ogum.
Let me confirm what you are saying. So I can that Ogum by an interview.
Yeah.
20 minutes before the interview, earlier on, David came here. Enemy didn't anymore say, don't ask him this question, please. Don't, because Ogum is a type. The unim no obeka. On your be with me a catcher and say, far some we see. Na we dear. Ye be say. So it's confirming why they say they manage him.
Exactly.
Yet that might have created a problem between them.
And then they create impression. You want to two. Those steady Nana our first season. One just trophy. No afa maso kunedwe yinedi. A former
is a
legend. Inti ya hono na ne ho ye hin kakra. And the barrel to buy amfa. So your third coach there by all means na say ye adwuma. Inti SSA peja no drew a certain level. So to steady there was a proper strategy to create a particular image about Ogum to the fans, which was engineered by the management. And so to that time, no, now Ogum ebia supporters will meet na. Ombeko Nana ho, ombeko Dasuberi ho, ombeko David ho. Omo tenase, ebi kura beko Denta ho. Omo tenase dwenjene ho. Enti ebia asem bi omo de ba so to asem na bia mo management mu se mfa kwam no. Mo na mo ne omo benya that exchanges. Nti ahe kura nkoduru coach ne ho. ISS kafo bebre mzo to. Omo receptionist ne secretary for na obi abo mu dimbone. Se papa ne de oye pa na ne secretary no o ma hu ne da. Ba wo ya na hu papa na o kan wasem kire na obesoto. Strategy.
The boss video no.
Scaffold strategy ba ko.
Na oba na obi azo ya. Da no be you.
Yes. Scaffold strategy ba ko no.
You are working.
Yes. Enti they because so to send ko bia obeba bia timi na asem ko ne ho a. Na or solve obi asem a you go broke.
Back to my question. Then obetimi aka.
Me to the tennis. After so no ba enim no. Now there's no CEO. There's no PRO. Into one akasa. Ti first in same way Ogum mekasa. A PR unit and a baba address. Both ye wi ani atwa David. So same way one can now Ogum no na ekasa.
But that is to the outside world. Supporters there.
And supporters the same so too. Aha. And your man first na bi omde be ba CEO obegyinam. Ama be pia bonte say nana ya no mbu ade. Nana ya no edwe. Nana ya no ye ka asem kire na wontie no. Now there's no
direct access to the coach.
So there are certain things somebody be buy you have to prevent it.
Supporters in a problem.
So when they get direct access to you, it will create the pressure. So now Ogum manages on and off the field.
Direct access na debi awe nipa boni.
Debi because I remember so udiginem. So
the tradition says that
and other things.
To do meanwhile also on tiasi.
Because for now no first no ebi obi person the player ba. Obeti oh mame ko fa nko nana ya.
Okwa ompene.
Debi nana ya obeka so ompene. Nebi wa fa che da ko coach oh kame de minya ya kame po. But CEO say no the ashe no.
Your policy ne say all the player be ba ji so ye say.
Ne say no CEO nim na ebe ji dimbone. But say near they brew direct. So the more people are having access to you,
I think it's a good one.
The more people will see the negative side of you. And the more you have pressure, you come under pressure. And that pressure, no, and ebi at the other side of Ogum and the first coming year, actually we are seeing the first they say now when Kotoko is in Christ and they are not performing, Ogum goes to media houses to speak.
Obi say one problem with Ogum is his pre-match interviews. He always lays bare his tactics to opponents before games. For example, they are good side who play low blocks and counter, etc. So we are going to deploy so and so. This way opponents think tactics. He needs to minimize his lectures.
and also
Hansford.
me to no waka ba me hu
me ba say no mo ka go
me to de me hu ni say o person opponent o say Ghana ha na positive and negative o de shy be bo abaso one fan shy people talk about it nkofo kapa na say Pep Guardiola ko analyze Chelsea on Marcelo Bielsa analyze teams but if you win with it coach no abi on no ni mo no wade asho mo but when you lose now because now so to Ogum needed a management.
Problem is supporters.
Ogum needed a management.
Asem no.
Okay, yeah, go back and say supporters say sa no motie.
Sa no motie da da.
And na your problem no. So Ogum needed a management because we have to tell them the truth say in 2024 and how mafa so I behave over the years no. Any a good team no. Unse ya say de bia no yan kan no kran che omo nti they think say what they are doing is right. Me pacho ehena say udi ufi say your suggestion be coach nyefa player bi nye bi onye wanye nti ant no you deserve the team enti yenu coach your problem
yeah because my bread the team na chi what you say that's why I'm saying
and make sense and wrong na say can
club need a management
na obi some of them even think that and I want to make this point they think that even a radio station they should have access anytime they want.
Yes.
And when they come here and they don't get access. No matter what meeting say, you ensure that them know see a shoe.
Look at what this thing.
That also munya
access. Time you open here. Yes.
He has not contacted anybody to be here. He wants and I'm saying Kotoko Okumas. Radio station Okumas, so your supporter chairman also be here. You can move there
anytime that you want.
But I don't even call a Jumum.
Okay, I say
nti obegina hana say a kwan ni wa no akoye meeting ko frame penny for some mon send mon troll
mon kwasi omo
obi adidi obi atenti ngosi o
okay I say
this is the kind of character nipa
obi yan kan kran kire omo a omo so man
no that's what I'm saying Kotoko need a management
there's one Saturday
kind of human
so they need a management
there's one Saturday bi yet say ya na one supporter better na say obi say ombre show we so okay one Saturday bi say ya
one asuma
so obi say ono asuma
with no recourse
because anybody want phobia ono asuma say ombre show so it one oba say asuma say membre show no so I say how
abra sabio sa champagne ni film kura manhia toilet mama be say munya announcement mai ye he companochi manhia the letter ba na ye on the otini fee we chairman no asuma na kola ba ko say ko
kasa
as if it's an extension of Nehemiah.
It is as to buy that's what I'm saying. They need a management. They need a management.
And they say, "Can you let's tell them the truth."
Ogum fans first come in Ogum no or then and your man and they trying to shoot me the year Juma. He had a management, and the management were solving on and off the field issues for the coach. Management, restricted access to the coach.
Right.
But to this time, all pressure echo Ogum. So and so to us, there was an apping class when you the talking type. Was an apping crank. It's an apping crank interview. So to sometimes say you call a bit me call economic management committee meeting. That's the Uber meeting. Now me bo meeting because we will be on casa menya.
I think unfettered asset to the supporters also does. It doesn't make you run the club the way you think it should be run. I'll say he's a supporters chairman.
Yeah.
I mean, close to
the supporter.
Nana Bantwan.
Yeah.
So I think only related.
Right? Yeah. So to as my
no fan. Now me just say on those one supporters.
And the year Juma, about for the honest support.
We mo the end as a door so do.
To say reason here say to us there. To reason here say Kotoko say nipa mienu na run. Okay. So
how many meetings with Kwesi Appiah?
Okay, fine. Do you have Kwesi Appiah?
They are Zoom